back to that breaking news. A speeding school bus crashes into a tree, killing 5 elementary school children in Chattanooga. Now, just within the last hour, we've learned that 12 students are still in the hospital.
Yeah, just a tragic story in so many ways.
Yeah.
News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy has been on that story in Chattanooga, his hometown, all morning long. Dan, several children, as Amy just pointed out, still in the hospital. 6 of them, we understand, in ICU.
That's right. As a total of 37 kids on this school bus yesterday when it crashed and wrapped around a tree. It was a horrific scene as first responders began arriving shortly after 3:30 yesterday Eastern time here in Chattanooga. And Stephen, Amy, I can confirm through the interim superintendent, Dr. Kirk Kelly of Hamilton County Schools, that 5 children are confirmed dead in that crash. And also overnight, a lot has been happening in the investigation. And the bus driver has now been arrested and charged with 5 counts of vehicular homicide. This morning, he's identified as 24-year-old Jonathan Walker. In addition to those 5 counts of vehicular homicide, he's also charged with reckless driving. Why is that? Police say early in their investigation it shows that speed is a contributing factor. They say he was going well above the posted 30-mile-per-hour speed limit. Now, this is a very narrow, windy road. You can maybe tell from this video when investigators let us get a little closer last night to get a good look at the scene. 5 children were killed, pronounced dead on the scene. 3 of them are in 4th grade. 1 is in kindergarten. 1 is in 1st grade. 4 of those students dead are girls. 1 is a boy. And like you said, 6 are still in ICU. I know there's a lot of questions about the arrest of the bus driver as well, and the police chief addressed some of those last night.
Jonathan Walker is being charged with 5 counts of vehicular homicide, reckless endangerment, and reckless driving to begin with. There may be more charges added as this proceeds to the grand jury here in Hamilton County.
We are 1 mile away from the crash site. This is Woodmore Elementary School. This is the school where all of the students on that bus attended. This morning, school is going on. There are counselors here. Teachers and students and parents are arriving by the carload. School is now in session as of about 5 minutes ago. I just spoke with a parent who's dropped his 1st grade son off. He says his son was best friends with one of those students killed in the crash. He hasn't yet told his 1st grade son that his friend died in that crash. He says he's just not sure how to do it. Mayor Andy Burke, the mayor of Chattanooga, in that news conference this morning said that 5 is a cursed number for the city, referring to the July 16th attacks in which 5 U.S. servicemen were killed on U.S. soil just 2 weeks before that crash before that horrible incident last year. There was a crash in which 6 people were killed on an interstate here as well. So Chattanooga, no stranger to tragedy, but definitely heartbreaking story. So much innocence this morning lost in the city of Chattanooga. Reporting live, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
Yeah, you were so right about that, Dan. And this is the 3rd serious school bus crash in Tennessee in just the past 3 days. Remember last Friday, 23 students from Chester County were hurt when their school bus crashed along I-65 near Briley Parkway on their way to a conference at the Opryland Hotel. That same day, earlier in the morning in Rutherford County, a pickup truck driver died after plowing his truck into the back of a stopped school bus. No students were hurt in that incident, and it looks like sunshine in the pickup truck driver's eyes may have contributed to that cause. We're going to be covering, obviously, the Chattanooga tragedy all day long for you. Be sure to download the News Channel 5 app for updates throughout the day. And we'll have, of course, the latest on News Channel 5 starting at 4 o'clock this afternoon as well. Amy?
Also breaking this morning, Steve, a woman was killed in a crash in Dickson County. It happened on I-40 eastbound near mile marker 172 just before 11:30 last night. Officers say the female driver was headed east and made a left turn to go the opposite way on the interstate. That's when she was hit head-on by a semi-truck. Drugs and alcohol were in the car, but an autopsy will be performed to see if she was under the influence at the time. The semi-driver was not badly injured. The road has reopened in both directions. Police are investigating after a shooting near Tony Sudacum apartment south of downtown. Happened just after midnight. We're told a woman was shot in the leg, but no word yet on her condition this morning or who shot her. We are working to find out more for you. Keep an eye on newschannel5.com for updates.
Happening right now, Metro Police looking for the driver responsible for a deadly hit and run on the interstate yesterday. Alvaro Bartlett had stopped along I-40 near the Briley Parkway exit. His mom thought she heard something fall off the car. As soon as they stopped and he stepped out of the car, however, he was hit by a pickup truck driver that did not stop. Bartlett was raced to the hospital but did not survive. Detectives now tell us they're looking for a yellow pickup truck with gray primer spots. If you see a truck like that or know anything about this, call Crime Stoppers at 615-74-CRIME. Firefighters were battling a brush fire in Beaman Park yesterday. That's up near Jolton. Sky 5 hovering overhead there, as you can see. This burned 4 acres before the crews could finally kind of manage it and get it under control. Right now, no word how that blaze started, but certainly the drought is not helping. There are currently 62 active wildfires in Tennessee. More than 16,000 acres have been burned so far.
A man suspected in a series of suspicious fires is behind bars in Putnam County. Micah Kreischer is charged with 7 counts of arson. The Herald-Citizen reports the 21-year-old allegedly set fire to several empty trailers and buildings over the last 3 months. Several firefighters were hurt putting out those flames. Investigators say more arrests could be coming. And those wildfires burning across the state right now is going to end up costing millions of dollars.
Yeah, you and me, millions of dollars. State forestry officials are saying that the cost is going to be about $5.5 million. The Agriculture Department expecting $900,000 in federal reimbursements, but the rest, that's on the state. We caught up with Governor Haslam. He handles the money, and asked him, what's our next step?
The first concern is for people's welfare and protecting their houses. The second is the long-term economic damage to the state. And our farmers are going through a tough period already, and the drought is is obviously making all that worse.
Governor Haslam says dozens of wildfires have burned an estimated 190 square miles across the southeast. A lot of that down in southeastern Tennessee. Hey, we're less than 48 hours away from Thanksgiving now. Are you ready? Because the Nashville Rescue Mission is gearing up big time. Workers preparing to fry up the turkeys for those less fortunate. News Channel 5's Alexandra Cohen has been down there all morning long. So this is your first time to cover the big annual turkey fry at the homeless shelter. So what do you think, Alexandra?
Steve, this is such an operation. I'm told they're going to fry up 500 turkeys. I'm actually joined here by the Director of Development. Cheryl, tell us a little bit about what's going to happen here today.
You know, this is one of our favorite events, and this is the 11th year, so it's unbelievable, but there will be 500 turkeys fried today. Those turkeys will come to this station, they'll go through the fryers, and then to the tables at the end where they'll be prepped and taken into our kitchen. And then those are the turkeys that will be used over the next 2 days to serve over 6,000 meals between our men's and women's campus here in Middle Tennessee for the homeless and hurting.
Tell us about the next couple of days. What events will happen here at the Nashville Rescue Mission?
Well, it's our busiest 2 days of the year, so we encourage folks to come. We have an amazing army of volunteers who come down and just give a lot of love. So it is a great day. The mayor will come. We're going to have folks serving down here, and it really is a beautiful opportunity to be thankful with your family and show others who really appreciate that.
What is some of the responses you get from the people who stay here? Are they like, these turkeys are amazing? Or
well, they love this, and they love that the issue and that their situation, that there are people who care, and the staff here is amazing. They wrap around them with love, but it is a great moment when the entire community says you're important and you matter, and we're here because of that.
All right, thank you so much for your time. There's a lot of volunteers who will be out here for 12 hours, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you want to stop by on your lunch break, or you can always watch our story on newschannel5.com. Reporting live in Nashville, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.